Day 7. What up, everybody? Hanging in there. That's what's up. Yeah, day 7. Still sober. And I'm Dick. And I'm going to say it again. I'm an addict. But, I'm feeling not so addicted today. So it's good. I wanted to give an update because, I don't know, maybe it'll benefit somebody. I tell you what, though, it is benefiting me just to talk about this stuff. I've watched my video probably more times. I don't know, probably 8 times. And each time I'm like, oh, I need to talk about this. I need to talk about that. I wanted to keep that first video short. And I'm going to try to keep this one short too. But I want to tell you a little bit more how I'm feeling. Maybe some plans I got. I don't know. I don't edit. So this is just coming right from here. I'm gonna see if I can do this in one take, because yesterday it took a couple. The more I think about the stories of my addict past, I get a little choked up. So that might happen too, but whatever. I'm down. I'm bringing you the raw dog, Mr. Dick. I really hope everybody's taking the day. You know what I'm saying? Dick take the day. I'm in there. I am in there. And at the moment, I'm hot and cold, I thought maybe that would stop, but yeah, that's happening still. Day 7, and my stomach's still got a lot of liquids leaving me. And if you didn't watch that first video, I'm talking about my detox off of Kratom. But what's funny is now that I'm not taking it, I'm using less of stuff around it. Like I'm hitting my vape less. I am not sucking down so much of the hydration devices, which I used to like. Liquid IV and creatine, I would just drink it all day. And when I was on the powdered Kratom, I guess it was like super dehydrating me because it's so much powder. So I felt it necessary to drink that stuff all day long. I don't know. I'm only drinking a couple and I feel hydrated. And then I'm just drinking water around that. Still taking my vitamins. Still going to the gym. Due to the excess, bathrooms breaks that I'm taking, I am feeling a little weaker. So I don't feel as strong in the gym. But whatever, you know what I mean? It's to be expected. Little more crickety aches and pains. The good news is, though, I feel like I'm sleeping a little better. I talked about the restless leg syndrome that you experience when you're coming off of any opiate derivative. Not so much in my legs. What's kind of weird right now is it's in my arms and like chest muscles, and it's very brief. I've had way worse symptoms before, especially coming off the heroin or the methadone, the weird body jerks and stuff. Yeah, so I'm going to continue to talk about this because I still feel like I need to, for the help of someone else. And it's helping me. Here's another thing that's going on. And I don't know if this is because I'm not hitting the vape as much or my body's looking for the Kratom, the opiate reward. For the past couple days, I have had serious headaches. Like I got one right now, right in my third eye. You know what I mean? Right there. But something else is happening. on the positive. And I don't want to sound too cheesy on this, but I told my wife yesterday, I'm killing the old me, getting him out of here. He got to go. And I didn't really notice this until a couple days ago. But I feel like, and I know, whatever, woo woo, whatever. But I feel like my original me, my authentic self, is kind of waking back up. I find myself in different thought patterns. I find myself focusing on different things that I used to think about, care about. And it's crazy how fast that goes away if you're, clouding your original self with a substance of some sort. If you didn't see those the last video I put up about my addiction and relapse and recovery and resilience, that's the name of it. I have been on multiple substances for 30 years, and it's taken a toll on my life, my relationships, my everything. And if you're living it, you know. If you're recovering it, yep. And I just kind of want to talk about some of it. Like I said, I really want to help somebody, but it's also helped me to get this off. So I just want to say thank you for anyone that's listening, because I feel that energy. And I got some comments yesterday. Man. About people struggling and being proud of me for being brave. And I don't know, brave sounds weird to me. I don't know, because I don't feel brave. I just feel like I'm trying to fix it. I guess the brave part is sharing. I'm usually an open book kind of dude, but when it comes to the addiction stuff, of course, top secret. But yeah, here it is. I talked yesterday. I really want to talk about this because I miss this guy so much. I want to hit the vape right now because I'm feeling a little stressed, but I'm trying not to. I talked about a guy, my executive chef buddy, who we started our pill addiction together. We kind of encouraged and helped and continued to feed the process. And then we moved into heroin, and, things went downhill fast, as they do with the heroin. But, he became homeless, lost his job. I talked about him being a very powerful executive chef there in the city of the Denver area that we lived. And, was running restaurants, doing real well on the outside until he wasn't doing real well. There was, some ladies involved, and of course substance abuse, and things blew up, and he became homeless and was living downtown on the streets. And he would come visit me sometimes. He'd ride the bus and his bike to take a shower a couple days a week, and we'd spoon up and get high and talk about his crazy outdoor life and whatnot, what addicted people do. And he passed away a few years ago. And it's I haven't talked about this sober. His name was Steven. I'll leave his last name out because I know he's got kids, and his mom's still alive out there. But so I went through my own stint of cold turkeying because I had to, because I was going through the divorce, because my addiction had ruined my relationships. I sabotaged attempting to be a good father with my drug addiction, and man. But we lost contact because I moved away and, whatever. Went through my own little homeless stint, trying to find my way back to something. And we just kind of fell apart. And then as far as our relationship, didn't really contact him because when I left the state of Colorado and came back to Texas, he was, I don't know if he had a cell phone. He was hard to get a hold of, homeless, at the time. But he, come to find out, he got clean and sober. He actually opened his own restaurant and was doing very, very well. He was a heavy drinker, intravenous heroin user. He would even do the mixture, speedball mixture sometimes. If you don't know what those are, that's, I hear the train coming round the bend. He would mix cocaine and heroin together, which is scary. But he quit. He got sober and was running his business, and everything was doing fine. And then I found out, actually from my ex-wife, that he had passed. And it's so crazy, man. He had, from what I understand, from what I'm told, he came home from work, running his restaurant. He looked so happy. I saw pictures of him. He looked happy. He looked successful. He had a new tattoo on his neck. He looked healthy. He didn't look like he was, homeless, living on the streets. His skin looked good. His eyes looked clear. Looked a little buffer. But he came home from work one day, took a shower, and I guess he had a heart attack in the shower. And he died. He was 47. I miss that guy. I wish he was still around. But yeah, there's a couple things that happen when you're about 50 and you're getting close to middle age. Loved ones start to pass away, parents, grandparents, sometimes people your age. It's just crazy that my father, who also passed away after he got sober, and then one of my closest friends and drug partners also passed away when he got sober. So yeah, I miss you, Steve. Rest in peace, brother. It's probably been, man, 8 years or something. It sucks so bad when you have like a drug-ridden past, because at least for me, your memories are all skewed, and then you'll talk to people who knew you back then, or shared time with you through your past, and they'll unlock a memory and you'll be like, oh my God, I remember that. I can't believe that. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about Steve. Because I tell you what, it was I think his heart stopped because he lived so crazy and caused so much damage to that thing. Due to the intravenous process. So I'm very thankful that I'm 7 days clean. I'm very thankful that I had people reach out, you know, give me some encouragement and some likewise stories of their own. I think that's cool. Yeah. I'm racking my brain for all the stuff I'm thankful for. I don't know if it's necessary to share. Once again, I kind of want to keep this short, man. I could ramble on forever. We're already like 16 minutes. But yeah, every day's feeling better. My mind and memories and stuff are creeping back in. You know, one thing that I have noticed from not being on the kratom, and it's something that I noticed in the past too when I was on the hardcore opiates. It's like the day would slip away. You know, I don't know why. But now that I have a little more clarity, a little more clear thinking, my days are feeling way more productive. Even if I'm just sitting and thinking. One thing that I've been doing, and I've talked about this before, and this is not necessary for everybody, but this is something that's really helped me, especially when I'm going through I'm feeling real icky, and I'm not craving to take anymore, because I know it would take just a small amount, and I'd be like, I'm back. But we know how that goes. I don't know. It's just good. It's good. You know, there's stuff I left out of my addiction history past. I have 30 plus years of stories. And I could share some of these. I have to be careful, I guess. Statute of limitations and all. I don't know how that works. I mean, I have a general understanding, and I think it's been long enough, but, you know, during especially my opiate time, a little before it, during, and then, you know, I don't know why this is hard for me to say. Maybe because I'm ashamed of it or something. I don't know. But I was a pretty successful, if you want to look at it that way, mid-grade cocaine dealer. I don't talk about it a lot. I do with my wife and stuff because it's a part of my history, and there's some crazy stories around that. But yeah, sold the yayo for about a decade. Within that decade, it was, you know, this and this, but there was more moving stuff, larger quantities, than there were moving smaller quantities. And, you know, some of that basically would fund towards the end, would fund my pill addiction. And then when the pills turned into heroin, I couldn't really navigate anything else other than the mission of getting and staying high every day with heroin. I'm at that point in the video where I'm like, should I just start over? I keep pausing long times. I don't edit. I say a lot and whatnot because I'm trying to get my thoughts together. And I've been thinking about this since yesterday. I've been, you know, going through how I want to talk about it all morning. I am waking up early as shit these days, which is really kind of cool. I find myself midday going, okay, I've completed all tasks. What next? That's what I was going to talk about. Damn it, stay on task, Richard. One of the things that's been helping me, especially when I'm feeling the craving or whatever, and I'm not really craving, but, you know, when I'm feeling uncomfortable in my own skin, I'll turn everything off. I'll turn my cell phone off. I'll get away from all my electronics. And I find this happens, I feel this way a little more in the evening. And I will, dim the lights, maybe light a candle, something, just so I can kind of stare at something. I like to stare at a burning flame. It's relaxing. And I don't even play music. I might in the beginning to get myself in the mode, something meditative. And then I'll kill all electronics and I'll just sit in silence. And I shoot for 10 minutes and sometimes I'll enter some type of weird, you can call it a meditative state or whatever. And it's like I'm getting outside of my body and I'm staring at nothing, not focused on anything, and I'm just letting my mind do. And whatever thought creeps in there, I don't control it. I just let it roll. And it could be the weirdest thing. Sometimes it's like song lyrics or whatever, but I'm silent. I'll do a little bit of breath work. You choose whatever. There's tons of stuff out there, but try to reset the nervous system within that 10 minutes. And that has helped a lot. I was doing that in the beginning when I was still winging myself off. Man, good stuff. But yeah, the reason I mentioned the cocaine days, if anybody wants to hear those stories, let me know. I'll tell some of those too. And I might, even if nobody, says, hey, yeah, let me know about them cocaine cowboy days. But I talked about this on the last video about how I want to do something different with the channel. And I don't know how long I'm going to talk about this addiction stuff, but it's a part of my story. It's dictate the day I'm Dick. So, what am I going to do? I'm talking about myself, sharing. It's helping. People care. You know what I mean? Because they reassure me in the comments. Thank you. Man, thank you so much. I love you, bro. Love all of y'all. Yeah, we're at 22 minutes. I don't know. Should I reshoot this? Nah. Just another day. That's another thing. I'm going through crazy emotional feelings, happy, sad, for no reason, for maybe a reason. But yeah, I'm in it, and I'm staying in it. I'm staying in there. I have this weird issue internally, and I don't know why. And I talked about it yesterday. I talked about it a little bit in this video too. I just, and it's because I've done harder stuff than Kratom over my past, history. But right now I'm dealing with getting off the Kratom. And I don't know, there's this little internal voice saying, it's not that big of a deal, bro. It's powder you get in an e-cigarette shop, or you can get it at a gas station, or whatever. But I know better. I know better. Okay. Yeah. I talked a little bit about that 7-HO, 7-hydroxy. It's the new Kratom derivative that I guess they punch it up and make it real powerful or something. It comes in pill form. I was actually talking to a buddy yesterday via text. I think he watched my video. I hope he did. He's a coworker, a friend of mine, real cool guy. And he was telling me about how crazy the 7-HO is. And one of the things he was saying is if he, has been on the 7-HO, like to take the powder form of Kratom, doesn't do anything. So I shared with him a thing I saw on TikTok. It's keep forgetting. Let me check my text message real quick. Bear with me. I'm going to stop the video in just a few minutes anyway. Let everybody get to their day of taking and whatnot. Yes. Fill the room with some noise. Yeah, it's called the Quit Kit. I don't know if it works, but I have read some testimonials, seen people talk about it on TikTok. I don't know. But the dude who makes the product seems pretty sincere, because he was suffering. And so he basically came up with like a nutritional supplement. Remember, I'm not a medical doctor, and this stuff is not FDA regulated, but it's like a blend of vitamins and herbs that help you in the morning, in the day, and then at the night. It's supposed to be 3 bottles, and you take them when you need them, or I'm not sure. But if you're interested and you haven't heard about it, look into that. It might help you. Maybe read some testimony, do some reviews. I'm not affiliated with him in any way, of course. I have less than 200 subscribers. But yeah, I just thought I'd throw that out there. Might help somebody too. There was other things I was going to talk about. I'll just sum it up real fast. Maybe I'll remember some more details. Yes, I feel like my true authentic self is waking up. Every day is getting better. I keep looking forward to the future. I'm not forgetting about the past because there's lessons to be learned, but I am trying to focus on this moment right here, right now, and that has helped me so much. Especially, last week, the week before, when I was trying to wing myself off. Man, you can't explain this kind of stuff to somebody who has not experienced it. It's so difficult. You can't even explain what the high feels like, especially on opiates, unless someone has done it and then they know. Because one thing, you don't want to make it, especially when you're trying to get sober and clean and it's something of your past, you don't want to make it to sound like, ooh, it's amazing. But there's a reason people get addicted. All I can say is stay clear. Don't do it. Don't do it again if you're thinking about it. Once again, it sounds like I'm not trying to be preachy. I'm telling myself, because I watch these videos again, and it's terribly therapeutic and a great reminder. It's like an awesome digital note taking. And man, my knowledge, my love, my sincere want for, if somebody is struggling, I want them to be free too. The handcuffs of addiction are so real. So real. Okay. All right. I think that's good. I'll probably put up another one on maybe Friday. Friday's good. Today's Wednesday the 7th. Maybe Friday the 9th. Give you another update. There is some stuff I am looking at as far as bringing to the channel. So I'm working on that. So I don't know how long I'm going to do this with talking about getting sober and whatnot, but this is just what's going on. So it's kind of hard for me to do the regular stuff while this is going on. I don't know. You can go back and watch some of the videos that I was putting up during my time of winging myself off. You can kind of see it because I hadn't mentioned anything about it or anything. I was just trying to... but yeah. All right. Dick's going to dip. I'll see you on the flip. I just wanted to give you an update. 7 days, still sober. Love everybody. Take your day. We got another one to take. Might as well, If you're fighting to stay clean and sober, hell yeah. Even if you're just thinking about it. one foot in front of the other. One little step. One last, maybe, I don't know, maybe take a little less. Think of the days that you won't need it anymore. Think of the clarity. That righteous light. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find a song to play us out. It makes me feel good to do so. Speaking of which, sorry, I'm still rambling. There is this thing I found on YouTube. I might as well talk about it. It's called Upper Vibe Media. And I don't know if it's real artist or AI or what, but it's really cool. It's new style music, but it's positive lyrics. Upper Vibe Media. Check them out. The reason I'm talking about it right now is because I sent them an email this morning. And I asked if I could please use a couple of their songs. They don't have a lot of subscribers that I could tell on YouTube or YouTube Music. Each one of their songs has like 500 or 600 listens or likes. They're really cool. The couple songs that I'm into right now are Flow State. Super dope. Check it out. And then another one is Energy Rich. You know, I identify with that because I go by Rich and Dick. But yeah. Okay. Dick Skinny Dip. I'll see you on the flip. Let's get out of here. How about we play a song called Just Surrender? All right. Love you guys. You can do it. Got this. That's the thumbnail right there. 7. I'm feeling silly again, and I love it. Fuck it. Let me get us out of here. I'll see you next time. You can do it.